Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last video, I finished up to the melee world quests in Endwalker. So in this video, I have another world quest to go through. If I clicked on the screen and press scroll lock, there we go. Okie dokie, I have the option between the physical range, the magical range, the healer, or the tank role quest. And I think for this video and the next one or two, I'll be doing the physical ranged. Right, Doman Delegate. I'm going to the Far East. Seeds of Disquiet. The Doman Delegate is seeking able-bodied adventurers on behalf of Lord Hien. Do mine eyes deceive me, Lady Mariashna? Oh, thank the Kami. Lord Hien has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter, the hunt for a fell beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we have made great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy, for it commands the skies of Doma. But as your talent for striking down foes at a distance is beyond compare, okay, I can think of no one better to aid us in overcoming this adversary. Well, if no other marksman's up to task, 'twould be my pleasure. Oh, Kami be praised. I shall inform Lady Ugiri that she may receive you at the Doman Enclave. Safe travels, Lady Mariashna. Whoa. So, to the Doman Enclave then. So that's Liminsa done. Or Liminsa. Aldar doesn't have one for some reason. I mean, you'd think in the corrupted capitalism capital of Eorzea there might be something there. But no, there's not. So, Gridania, Far East, which I'm doing. I feel like I'm missing some. There's definitely one I'm missing. Right, where am I going? Ugiri, how you doing, hon? Which one am I missing? Ishgard. There we go. Ishgard and Alamigo. It is good to see you, Mariashna. When we received word that you, of all people, had answered our call, I could scarcely believe it, yet here you are. I'm here to help. Lord Hien will be pleased for this reunion if you would wait here a moment. Well, that the Kami should guide your steps to our door once more, and with such fortuitous timing. Pray forgive me for not affording you a hero's welcome, but time is not on our side. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Favnir, a similar creature was born of a woman in Asari. Uh-oh. After attacking another villager, it took to the skies and fled. Though to where, we know not. An all too cruel twist of fate, for the one slain among the prisoners returned to us. For the one slain was among the prisoners returned to us in that deplorable exchange with Asahi and the Empire, just when they had at last begun to piece their life back together. The blasphemy must be stopped. Alas, our foe is one to keep to the skies, well beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Don't you guys have shurikens? Thus did we seek the aid of those proficient in ranged combat, able to pluck the beast from the heavens. Of course, martial prowess alone will not solve our problems. Others have turned into weaker but no less gruesome abominations, as was the case in Favnir, and their numbers increased by the day. From what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike a sickness which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety, emotions which of late can be found in abundance. Slaying the creatures means nothing if the people's hearts cannot be put at ease. Lord Ien! You have to help! The villagers! They! Sir, please, calm yourself and tell us what happened. Another has been turned into my lord. For a blessing, no one was harmed when the beast flew into a rage, but the people are in a panic. I fear what may happen next. Uh-oh. It would seem we have even less time than I thought. Worry not, we shall see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for the affliction, but we will save what lives we can, I promise you. I trust you're ready to join the fray? Yep. It was last seen near the glittering basin. I will show you. Okay, so no beast tribe accents I have to do. Fantastic. That really screwed my voice up yesterday. Oh joy, we got teleported to Yangsha. Okay. Yigiri! Still no sign of the beast, or any other for that matter. Without a cure, we've no choice but to cut them down before they can cause more harm. The beast was right here, I swear it. I thank you for leading us here, but it is not safe. Please, return to your village. But I suppose it's in the sky, is it? We should split up if we're to have any chance of finding it. Marishna, would you see to the west? I will search in the north. Yigiri, I leave the rest to you. If you find it, remember, these blasphemies are no longer people. They will not hesitate to strike you down, so you mustn't either. Now, let us not waste any more time. Okie dokie. Let's put a couple of buffs on. Well fed 2. Put you on healer. Get you up to 36 and get you up to an hour. Okie dokie. What's that? Oh, that's Bosha. I see it. Oh no, it's not. It's not the blacksmith that was here, was it? Frightened youth. Fell beast. Let's see if I remember how to play this class. Chainsaw! And Giga Drill Breaker! I have a new appreciation for this class after playing FF6. Right, Frightened Youth, aiding. Don't worry, my Chocobo and my Scree are here. Oh, you're right, we heard shouting and came as fast as we could. It would appear Marashta arrived not a moment too soon. Why? Why did you kill my brother? Oh, fuck. Your brother? Young man, that creature was not your kin. Not anymore. Had she not laid it to rest, it would have killed you, and countless others. But if your heart cries out for one to blame, let it be me. The beast was slain at my behest, for it was the only way. No! No, you're wrong! You killed him! Murdered him! I hate you! Issei, what are you doing here? Searching for Tonbo. Well, clearly you found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you may have guessed, and Tonbo gave chase the moment it ran off. I beg you forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Their father was conscripted by the Empire and was, regrettably, not among those returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. The hope they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when the Viceroy still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into Asari, a shadow of her former self. Yeah. Suyu may have had no memories of the monster she was, but her victims may still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see their family restored. But then they learned of her death, and of their father's absence. Deprived of hope and of hate, all at once they had nothing. Oof. My apologies for rambling. No, that is a useful insight. No. It was a rather enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain and took the brother who brought him comfort. I would hate me too. I swear I will set things right for Tonbo, for all the people of Doma. Please, return home, Issei, and be safe. I hope his sister doesn't turn. Then again, I think she was in the credits. So I guess if he did this then the credits, then... No, I hope there wasn't a change in a scene. Well, I guess I'm going to find out. Let's return to the Doman Enclave. This ordeal has given me much to consider. It's given me much to consider too. I return to the Doman Enclave. It would help if you let me teleport to it. There we go. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, I should say my Doman Enclave might look different to yours. That is because I have done the Doman Enclave donation quests, which has restored this place to its former beauty. Or new beauty, you could say. So yeah, yours might look a lot more run down. It might not have a lighthouse. It might not have a pretty garden. That's the reason why. I do not envy Lord Hien the burden now thrust upon him, but he shall not have to bear it alone. I owe you a great debt for your timely assistance, and an apology for I've made you an executioner in young Tonbo's eyes. Would that I had been the one he witnessed cut down the beast his brother had become. But we haven't time to dwell on regrets and what should have been. No, we need to take action, and after hearing of Tonbo and his brother, I believe I know what must be done. A great many of our brothers and sisters were returned to us in the prisoner exchange, but even so, there are those who yet remain lost to us. Meanwhile, Yotsuyu, who was directly responsible for much of our people's suffering, was never held to account for her crimes. In death, she claimed a vengeance for her suffering at the hands of her brother, but it came at the expense of justice for her countless victims. The people of Doma have every right to resent me for failing them, and their grief. But what of those who cannot bring themselves to do even that, who are left alone with their anger and their pain? It may well give way to despair, and then they would share the same fate as Tonbo's brother, yes. Which is why we must needs gather who else might share in his anguish, ere we find ourselves beset by more beasts. I will begin making rounds of the villages to inquire after those whom their neighbours believe are more distressed of late. Very good, I and the other shinobi shall continue our search for the blasphemy which set these events into motion. And you, my friend, we will have need of your talents again ere long. Rest assured we will keep you apprised of our findings. We'll keep you apprised of our findings. Caesar Disquiet complete. Lovely. Yugiri. When the Kami answer. Lord Hien's extended absence from the Enclave does not sit well with Yugiri. Marishna, we have yet to ascertain the whereabouts of the blasphemy from Asari, but for a blessing, we have received no reports of others that have turned. Lord Hien, for his part, has made a concerted effort to go about the villages and converse with his subjects directly. I suspect his constant presence has served to allay the people's fears. As one might expect, he has ever been dedicated and diligent, but I fear he has been away overlong. I thought to go and visit what should have been his last destination. Sorry, might you accompany me? Might I ask you to accompany me? Okie dokie. Thank you, I am sure there is no cause for concern, but nevertheless, I should be glad to find him quickly. Aw, you're concerned about him. God, how many people is How do I say it? Put this into words. How many people is he and shipped with? There's him and Yugiri, there's him and the raw girl in the steppe, there's him and Lise. There's at least 3. At least 3. I'll see myself out. I thought I mounted up. There we go. Right, go Argus. We need to go to Asari. While I'm here, I should probably do Heaven on High at some point. I never completed it. I want to get to the top of it one day. And then I have to do that another 3 times to get a mount. It's on my to-do list. Right, Asari. If I remember, this was the place where Yotsuyu stepped on Grandad. Gozetsu. There we go. Yeah, name days. Couldn't get answers out of Gozetsu. Okay, Hien's alive. Thank goodness we found him, but why has he remained here so long, I wonder? Marishna Yugiri, my apologies if I gave you cause for concern. Assessing the state of affairs here in Asari has proven difficult. To put it simply, the people, one and all, refuse to speak with me. They simply bow their heads and turn away at my approach. Knowing the blasphemy originated here, I cannot help but wonder if that has aught to do with their silence. Perhaps you could attempt to engage with the people in my stead. Surely they have no cause to deny the two of you. I should hope not. Nevertheless, I will don a disguise, lest I draw undue attention. Come, Mariashna, let us see what we can discover. Thank you, both of you. Do the people here not wish for the monstrosity to be laid low and for peace to reign once more? Why have they elected to behave in this manner? Maybe it's like the kid from the previous quest, they still see that member as family. Possibly. Gather information from the villages. There's a burly one. I owe a great debt to Lord Hien. If not for him, I would still be fighting under the imperial standard. But the village suffered dearly under the occupation. What's more, our Lord failed to punish the Viceroy for her crimes and failed to reunite many with their loved ones. I understand why some would think poorly of him, even if I do not. Alright. Kami-fearing villager. A blasphemy? You are mistaken, my friend. Our village was visited not by a monster, but a Kami. Izanami. While Lord Hien is cold and callous, she offers us boundless compassion and love. Izanami, eh? Of course they would call blasphemy Izanami. And concerned villager. That's right, the blasphemy was born of a young woman here in Asari. Tragic, really. Every day she prayed for the safe return of her husband, but it was not to be. If I am to be honest, I fear the loss drove her poor stepmother mad. Kisei has ever been a devout believer in the Kami and their blessings, but she somehow convinced herself that Minato has become one. The delusions of a grieving parent, obviously, but an alarming number of people have come to share in her belief. Heresy is what it is. Okay. That sounds eerily similar to what happened in Limsa. Can I see where Yugiri is? No. No. No, she's not here either. Oh, that's because she's here. Hello, Yugiri. The situation here in Asari is complicated, to say the least. No shit. I see, little wonder they would refuse to confide in me. The belief held by some that this blasphemy is a kami, however, is quite concerning. Izanami presides over life and death. She gave birth to the nation of Doma, and ushers souls of the departed unto the land of the dead. I trust you understand what it would mean to deny them a source of hope in such dark times, even one such as this. The villagers also claim this Kisei can speak with the dead. In fact, she will be holding a gathering to demonstrate her powers ere long. The perfect opportunity to gauge the extent of their fanaticism. Not for me, of course, my presence would draw undue attention. Might I ask you both to attend in my stead? Her followers will be gathering in a tavern. Come. Oh, the tavern where the guy got stepped on. Alright, cutscene time. Shame none of this is voice, though. Oh, you have that emote too. Oh, spirits of Asari, I beseech you, lend me a voice and let your presence be known. Cross the veil and be among us once more. I believe I've seen this on TV with evangelists. Akitsu. Father? Oh, phone beeping. Still tending the nets, like I taught you. Yes, Father. Every day, thanks to you. We never want for fish. Our bellies are never empty. I am proud to be your son. I was always too embarrassed to tell you before, but... And I'm proud to have been your father. May you ever be blessed, or may you be ever blessed, by the sea's bounty. It hurts! Father, what's wrong? He is in terrible pain, my child. Those who have cheated death's design yet live. It has disrupted the natural order, and the spirits suffer for it. What must we do to ease their pain? Fear not, Izanami shall put all to rights. She will claim the souls not long for this world and deliver them unto the hereafter. When her work is finished, your father's spirit and all the others will find peace. Oh, it's that kid from the previous quest. Shit. Can you find my father? Can you help me speak with him? Kisei, can you commune with my husband? What about my family? Help me, Kisei, please. Well, that was a thing. She seemed convincing enough, but was that truly Akitsu's father that spoke through her? So, is Kisei's ability all that she claims? It depends on if you believe in it or not, you know, TV angelists. A young man spoke with his dearly departed father through her. I find that rather hard to believe. Even so, those in attendance appeared quite convinced, my lord. And I suspect a great many of the villagers I've spoken with recently are as well. Everywhere I went, the people were in so much pain, and there was nothing I could do or say to give them solace. Yet for all their anguish, there has not been a single report of villagers turning since the incident with Tonbo's brother. Which can only mean the word of Kisei and her ability to speak with the deceased has spread. The belief we can commune with our loved ones in death is a comfort far beyond my power to provide. Though I fail to see how the people would abide the kami claiming innocent lives to restore order. She comes! Izanami! The blasphemy? Here? Yeah, and don't you gonna piss off the people? Well, I tried. What does she look like? Lord Hien, the Kami! She appeared as if from nowhere, and in the next instant, this poor man was... So we were too late. I spoke with him before in Asari. Wasn't he one of the villagers returned in the prisoner exchange? I mean, technically both of these are right. You recognize him then? Curious that he and the blasphemy's first victims were former conscripts. What could the fiend be after, I wonder? It does not become my lord to speak ill of the Kami. Oh, this bitch. I understand you are come to investigate the rumours of a monster born in our village. A blasphemy, you called it, but you are sorely mistaken. My stepdaughter, Minato, was chosen to serve as a vessel for Izanami. I witnessed her ascension with my own eyes. Oh boy. Is this going to be a case of Yotsuya where the stepmother was a terrible person? It might be. Well, I need to shut my window. Okay, that should lessen the noise outside, I hope. Minato, please! I can't. I won't. There's no logic in it. No justice. The Witch of Doma spared, given a second chance, and my husband, condemned to die as a conscript. I'll never know what became of him. Lord Hien can't even give me that. Or can't give me even that. And when I look at the families he made whole, at the happiness, I feel the hole in my heart, the gaping wound that will never heal, begin to bleed. Only at my beloved's side will I find peace. You mustn't lose faith, Minato. All will be well. Trust in the Kami, in Izanami. I want to believe, but... So that's what she transformed into. Izanami has come to bring peace to the souls of the departed, to restore balance between their world and ours. Surely you would not dare defy the will of the Kami. This balance you speak of has claimed the lives of 2 innocents, but recently returned to us. I cannot, I will not, accept that the Kami would condone such cruelty. No crueler than the sight of Yotsuyu free and forgiven, while my husband and son fought Garlemald's wars, now dead and forgotten in a foreign land. With all due respect, Lord Hien, is it not your duty to protect Doma and her people? How are we to place our faith in the man who places the enemy's safety and well-being above that of his own subjects? Only the Kami are deserving of our adoration, as they have always been. Bitch, we spared her for Gozetsu. Oh, now I'm pissed. Oh, you're right. For a moment you seemed unwell. The villagers are no doubt loath to ask it of me, but preparations must be made for burials and funeral rites. I can offer that much at least. You seemed distracted during our conversation with Kisei. Is something the matter? Yeah, I found out how she got made. The echo, and the blasphemy was indeed born of her stepdaughter. To bear witness to such horror, how her mind must have struggled to comprehend what she saw. As a woman of faith, perhaps her only surviving family becoming one of the divine was the only reality with which she could come to terms. I believe I know now what must be done, but I pray her fervor does not drive her to oppose us. Come, let us return to the Enclave. Aye, aye. So we found out about the transformation much earlier than the Melee World Quest. What do you suppose Lord Hien intends to do? From what you told me of your vision, nature of Minato's despair as well as the focus of her ire is clear. 'Tis plain she was a good-natured and kind-hearted woman grieving for the loss of her husband. This loss alone may not have been enough to turn her, but my failure to hold Yotsuyu to account, together with the sight of other families reunited, compounded the turmoil in her broken heart. A path to despair paved by my good intentions. A truth that will weigh heavy on my conscience unto my dying day. Minato was prepared to die in sadness rather than live in hatred. If she could see the beast she has become, she would implore us to stop her. Which is why we must find the others, who were returned to us in the prison exchange before they come to harm. Once their safety is assured, we may hunt down the blasphemy and bring a close to this tragedy. Oh yeah, I guess you'd be targeting the conscripts returned. Ooh, that's gonna suck. Home no longer. There is work to be done, yet Yugiri appears reluctant to take action. Marishna, if you come to ask about... if you come to ask after the blasphemy, I have naught to share. As of yet, our shinobi have seen no sight of the beast. The returnees, however, are all accounted for, and Lord Hien has seen them safely to the Kienkan. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. For a blessing, there be no reports of other villagers turning, and yet, before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I feel warrants further investigation. Kisei. Though a villager of Asari, I suspect she may in fact hail from my home, Sui no Sato. Knowing they would be loath to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kojin to contact Sui no Sato in my stead. To tell of it, Princess Kurenai has made great strides in establishing stronger ties with the outside world thanks to her... what was it? The custom delivery quest, which I did. At mention of Kisei, however, their cordial warmth turned strangely cold. If we are to learn more, I fear we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Sui no Sato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. That said, it has been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company, if you're willing to take the risk. Oh, you're going to go see your parents, aren't you? Thank you, let's make for Onokoro then. Okie dokie. Why does my phone keep buzzing? Okay, I'm turning the Wi-Fi off that so it stops buzzing me about bloody Discord. Yagiri should be there. Oh, you've job changed to samurai. The garments I wore when we first met. Sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. How many years has it been since I last saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, aye, but even as a child I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Sui no Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless, and together with the other children I often ventured beyond the borders of home. We yearned for adventure, and so one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash, imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but in my haste I lost my way in the bamboo groves. It was there I first met a young boy called Shun, a sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon, training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I love grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believed we sorely needed, and I found it as a shinobi. But the people feared war and conflict would follow on my heels should I return. I do not begrudge them their decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again. Openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess, however, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. That is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faceless shinobi at your employ. Thank you. With that in mind, let us make for Sui no Sato. So, are you gonna put the hat on from A Realm Reborn? Probably not. Or maybe she will. Yeah, she did. God, it's been a while since I've seen that. All these years, yet naught appears to have changed since the day I left. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kisei's departure from Suino's Seto was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders know why she chose to leave. Ikiri is now accompanying you. I don't suppose there's different places I can take her around here, is there? Like, is there gonna be like a area I can talk to her at? Is there gonna be something up top here? The answer is no. Well, there was a hope. Right, can you jump down to me? Yes, you can. Lovely. Right, amiable elder. Kisei. The name sounds familiar, and yet... Apologies, my friend, my memory is not what it once was. Let us seek out another. Okie dokie. Let's see, where am I going? Who am I talking to? Cheerful elder. My, it has been quite some time since I last heard that name. She was a former priestess of the village, banished after drawing the ire of the former Ruby Princess. What's become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Unagi was quite close with her. If memory serves, perhaps you should seek her out. Unagi. Mother, I had hoped to avoid my parents, but if there is no other way, Marishna, might I ask you to take the lead? Oh boy. Homecoming. I am currently in the middle of delegating fishing tasks, unless you have what to say. Unless what you have to say is of great import, pray come and find me later. Alright. Oh wait, that wasn't a dad, this is a dad. I say, are you not the adventurer who aided Yugiri in Doma's liberation? 'Tis good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? Yeah, I've come to ask about a crazy woman. You know, you should probably hide your tail, hun. Kisei, yes, we were close, but that was a long, long time ago. Still, if I can be of assistance to the woman to... Still, if I can be of assistance... If I can be of assistance... My god, I'm messing up words. To the woman to whom we owe so much, I will share all I know. Kisei was born to a family of priests, and even at an early age, she was possessed of extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day she could speak with the dead. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years, knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Words of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, and she was summoned to Shisui of the Violet Tides for a private audience. No one knows what Kisei said to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage, and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kisei revealed a terrible secret of the royal house, or perhaps spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful. But who is to say the dead would know the truth, or not seek to deceive? Thus, could we never be certain if it was simply a fantasy or a power divine? The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that I could tell you more, but sadly I have not seen or spoken with Kisei since her banishment. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. I imagine she does, considering she's Yukiri. I believe this is the first time our humble shinobi has visited Suino Sato. I mean, I want to honor Yugiri, but I also want to say it's Yugiri. Ah, is that so? For the briefest of moments, you reminded me of someone quite dear to my heart. Being a shinobi, I presume you have heard tales of Yugiri Mistwalker. Should you chance to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her. I will. I have no doubt she feels the same, and not a day goes by without you in her thoughts. They know, she knows. I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Onokoro? Oh, that was super cute! Oh god, that's touching my heart. I'm feeling emotions! Am I actually getting teary-eyed? From a world quest? My apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation. For I must confess, it did my heart good to see mother and father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace. As a shinobi of Doma, no, as a member of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when Suino Sato opens to the world. A day when Yugiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Hien could be afforded the same opportunity. But Lord Cayenne and Lady Mina have long since passed. Two of the too many lives lost in the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair, but make no mistake, Lord Hien knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep him waiting. Return to the Doman Enclave. Let me do something first. I want to talk to her parents again. Right. To Suino Sato. Hopefully her parents are still there. They gotta have a bit of extra quest dialogue. They have to. Please tell me they do. Alright, what quest am I on? The third quest. Okay. Alright, let's see. Parents, parents, parents. No, no, no. They were here during the quest. No, that was you before. No. 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 Have they disappeared? Damn it. It was a hope. Uh-huh. It was indeed a hope. Okay, back to Doman Enclave. It'd be easy if I just hit the travel part. There we go. Okay, to keep this video from going too long, I will cut this episode after this quest. I will end the video after this quest. Hi, Giri. For a blessing, Onokoro appears to be untouched by the recent chaos. For now, at least. Welcome back. I trust your journey proved an enlightening one. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So she does, in fact, hail from Suino Sato, and you say she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood. Genuine or no, the people believe her, and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe at the Kienkan, its defences bolstered. As for the blasphemy, I've spoken with our Confederate allies, among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma to take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. And back into the house you go. So the Kienkan... How's this? Okay. Let's see, 88, the devoted daughter. Right. I will be continuing the physical ranged DPS role quest next time. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. This has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In this video I started the physical range DPS role quest in Shadowbringers. So I've found out who the Blasphemy is, I found out why she changed, and we saw a touching little moment between Yugiri and her parents. Hopefully there's more of that sometime. I really want there to be more of those. That's good for the heart. So, next time, I will be accepting the level 88 quest, the Devoted Daughter. So, fun times ahead. So, with our planned out viewers, with my rambling hopefully now finally done, until next time.